Holy crap, it's cold.
Crunchy.
Well, we're back in the teens, so that helps.
Yep.
Well, Waynos, with the return trip out here after winter.
Yeah, been a few months.
We might be able to find your flashlight still.
Yeah, you never know.
We'll retrace a few 100 feet and then we'll go on our adventure, but
Right.
I'm going to keep my eyes out for your flashlight.
Yep.
Till we branch off.
Right.
It could be as far over here. You know? I mean, this is 3 feet deep. Where's the wall? Giganticus ant farmers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's our wall.
They don't bother you unless you bother them. I guess you could say they're tolerant.
They have a high tolerance.
Yep.
Until you step on them.
Yep.
Gotta turn on here and start the wall.
Right.
We are going on a bit of an excursion and explore. Just the fact that it's absolutely freezing doesn't help. But you know what?
Ground soft.
It's soft.
Yep.
There's no snow on the ground, which is wonderful. So this is one of our locations we have been detecting for years. Have this wall. Waynos and I were out here end of last year, and for pretty rugged terrain for this part of the old farm, there were buttons and things. And he lost his flashlight over here. We still can't find it. But anyways, we're going that way. We're going up to the tail end on the hill just because. That definitely refrosted.
Yeah. At least it's diggable though.
It is diggable, but wow. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Yep. Suspender.
Okay.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Sure is.
Because this doesn't look like what we were thinking. I mean, again, old farm square, but, and this is the direction we're heading up. It's rough, but
Good stuff.
good start.
Right.
Well, despite the terrain being as rugged as it is, it sure is beautiful climbing up a bit in elevation. And as we go, there's nail iron spread about and stacked field stones. So they were working this. There's a good pile right here where I am at, and it just may have been a lot different a couple hundred years ago before logging and erosion. Well, we're almost at the top of the hill on the back wall. That's what we're aiming for. Well, there's no doubt about the work going in up here. There's been several piles along the edge here. So again, we're up the top and it's relatively flat, smooth at least, and then it just drops right after the rock piles. And we're inside of a big square, so it was definitely worked and I've lost Wanos. It's been like 15 minutes since I've seen him, and he's wearing a big red jacket. So I rolled back my hoodie and exposed my ears to listen. Chose a wide open spot to stand in. Odd. We've been traveling east to west along the ridge, so you've really got two options, up, down, but we've been going across. Right? Buenos. I've been looking for you for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, with the wind, usually I can hear the crunch of your footsteps. Can't hear nothing.
I seriously was just about to shut the machine off, put the shovel on the pack, and go looking for you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been zipping up and down through here. I only got a weird chunk of metal. But other than that, there's plenty of iron patches. There's just not much above the nail sound.
Yeah, well, just stay close by. I mean, could you find your way out of here if you had to?
Well, I would go down, find the trail, and then I would head that way.
Okay, good.
And eventually I'd figure out where I was.
Okay,
I know
good.
the general direction.
All right, well, let's not get separated again and
Well, it's easy with all this
find something.
stuff here, you know.
Oh, yeah, I just was commenting that he's wearing a big red jacket. It shouldn't be difficult, but
Right.
it was. Sheet metal. But we are on the sidewall heading down towards the cellar hole because, well, aside from the suspender, there's nothing out there. Plenty of signs of working the land, but nothing but nails. So in between this and that, as Wanos and I are walking around, we were having a serious discussion on the separation thing. So I passed along a backpack to him this morning, and he said, oh, I'll switch it out for next time. And I said I put a radio pouch on the side. He said, oh, I have to put that back in my bag. And I'm like, you haven't been carrying your radio? And he's like, well, we haven't really used them. And I said, well, that's kind of a good thing. And we reestablished our contingency. If, you know, you're out here with somebody else or a bunch of people, if you don't hear or see anybody for 15 minutes, turn the radios on, call out for a check. That kind of always used to be our thing. So important we reestablish that, because I'm telling you, although we know the location fairly good, look how rough this is. I mean, just as I stand up and turn around, you know, what if one of us rolled an ankle and we're right over there? Visually you can't see, and I had yelled out to him quite a few times, but if you're yelling into the wind in the direction that person is, they'll never hear you. So, a little food for thought there, and kind of background and what was going on here is we were just walking around, swinging over, not much. And I can still see him, so that's good. There you do. I guess is a woody. Alright, but at this point it's just been oddly quiet.
I know. It seemed to me it was a lot noisier last time we were here.
Every time we've been here. I see it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's right on top. There you go.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Giant safety pin.
That actually is probably very old, Wanos. Yeah. Designs of things that don't change because they work. Nice, well, we both found something. I was really thinking after the suspender, which wasn't inside 30 seconds, but it was relatively quick and easy,
Yeah.
that we would have no further luck, but cool, man.
Well, this area will be easier to search because there's less brush in the way.
Yeah, well, we're definitely getting into the
Yeah, so I'm
absolutely
going around
was
and just working all the pockets of iron, and
Yeah.
then that popped out.
well, this we know absolutely was improved.
Right, for sure. It's way too clean to not have been.
Yep. Mud season. Chunk o' lead, and that filled up quickly. Wow, right? We just stopped because he'd said, "Did you hear that? You're not going to believe this." Come here. It just caught my eye. Okay, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Are you serious?
I'm serious, man. Come here.
What?
Your horseshoe incident was down there, which you were talking about a timestamp.
Yeah.
All right, I'm looking straight forward.
Yep.
Actually, let me get out of the wind. Hold on. All right.
Nuh-uh. How is that possible?
Remember,
It was
I
clipped on my pocket. So
right.
That branch must have pulled it and kept it in the clip.
Well, when I was looking for it doing NTs, I said, I'm swinging for it, but if it got caught on a branch.
I never in a million years think that.
Wow.
That is incredible. Good find.
It just caught my eye. You know how things in the woods just stand out because they don't belong there?
Look at it's had out all winter. Holy moly. Now that's a good light.
Wow. And for a thin day, finds wise, two things. I found you, which made me very happy, and we actually found your flashlight.
Thank you, man. I can't believe you found that. I never would. I was looking the ground. I wasn't even looking that.
Well, I was.
But I had made over this way. But I think last time I came through here looking for it, and I still didn't see it.
We looked all around here. I was right there because I pulled that late 1700s button out last fall. So I'm like, oh, let me re-scan the edge, and I'm looking.
Blown away. It was just sitting there hanging in the branch.
It just stood out. Wow.
Well, thank you, man. I've been looking for this thing for months.
Wow. Yeah, you probably walked by, and it just. I've had my pocket clips.
Yeah, it was coming this way because it was on this. It was on this pocket. So I was coming this way, and I must have brushed against this, and one of these two must have grabbed the clip when it went out of my pocket.
See, and you guys know how it goes when you're not looking for something.
Right.
That's when you find it. And there it is. That's the spot right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, because that's where all the scrap iron was too.
Exactly. And when we were walking in, of course we're talking about where was the flashlight, because we went into the unknown, did the loop to the known. And he was like, it was either right before or after I found that horseshoe.
Yeah, because I don't remember. I just clipped it in my pocket and I wasn't even thinking about it. But a while after the horseshoe, I was like, oh no, I dropped it.
It's been like 6 months, right?
It's gotta be. Because we looked for it a couple times last season.
Oh, and I did it on an NT
Yeah,
just to have something to do. And, you know, I'm swinging through the tall grass and the ferns on the trail that we did.
Eyeball.
Waynos, it just caught my eye because all the branches are going this way, and I just see this black thing. And my first thought was hunting, something hunting related. You know, like I thought it was like a call, or.
Oh yeah, the animal calls.
Yeah. Wow.
No kidding, that is amazing.
And rewarding. And the ground is just silent otherwise. We're pretty much at the end of it, and it's swamp and out.
Yeah, I'm only getting little bits of iron here and there, but there's nothing really above that really low iron tone. We must have done a good job last time we were here.
I guess. Crazy. Well, we might as well just go because it ain't gonna get any better than that.
Right.
And last thing, you're gonna charge the radio and put it in the new bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta charge the radio. I know where the radio is. I just gotta dig through my box of chargers because I have several different cradles. I gotta find out which one goes to
It's USB-C too, so.
Oh, the Retevis?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll,
All right. Well, in that case, I could charge it without having to dig through the closet.
And for you guys, I'm going to put down the info of the radios we use, the MURS radios, because it's a good idea to have them. I always, and have never, ever not been out without 1 or 2 radios in my backpack.
Right.
You know, the ham one, because I can hit several repeaters from here, no problem. And then the MURS ones.
Yeah, I'm not
that
sure why.
we all
For
use
some
together.
reason, all of us just kind of stopped carrying them because
Nate always has his, I know that for a fact, and I always have mine.
I think when we were in the big permission, because we were, you know, you could see somebody at 200 feet away or 200 yards away.
Right, but this,
But yeah, this, you can't see 20 feet.
we walked by that flashlight probably 18 times.
Oh, probably.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. It was definitely an interesting day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.